sense to uplift the standards of living
Yes.
of the people in Colombo, as opposed to giving out donations or handouts right before an election? Why isn't anything being done about this?
No, thing is this, now at the moment, the Colombo municipality, the present administration, they are distributing a lot of things. Among the, they say should we go to the low income people, but there is no criteria. Everybody is trying to involve to, to give the free this thing to people, and they want to transfer for their next election.
But that's not fair.
It is not fair, right? There are a lot of, that's why I told you, nearly 60% people who are living in the Colombo city limit are under low income people, and most of them are doing, self-employment, right? So we have introduced a program to uplift their lifestyle, not giving everything.
Welcome everyone, you're watching Conversations with Alanki. Many are anticipating the first election, which might be held in March after the Aragale, which demanded a system change. Getting straight to it, today I will be in conversation with the Samagijana Balawege mayoral candidate for Colombo Municipal Council, former Member of Parliament, Mujibur Rahman. Welcome, Mr. Rahman.
Well, thank you, Alanki.
Thank you for being a part of this conversation. So, getting straight to it, many are anticipating the elections, which might be held in March. What are your views? Do you think it will be held?
Thank you, Alanki, for the inviting me to your program. The first thing in, now already this local government election has postponed for the 1 year.
Yeah.
That is also now gone. Now, actually, now date is Election Commissioner has announced a date for March 9. But still, government is trying to postpone the election. From the starting, the president said 8,000 is too much members, so we want to reduce up to the 4,000. Then they talk about the election system, right? Then everybody knows president informed to that public administration secretary to inform all these government officers to not to take the money, right? So then the final this thing, I think they have given us some affidavit to the Supreme Court. At the moment, they can't give money for the allocate fund for the elections. So from everywhere, they are trying to postpone the election. So I don't know, we don't know what the Supreme Court will say. But at the moment, date has fixed for the March 9th. Election Commission is working on for the 9th, they want to have the election. But from the other hand, executive power of the country, he is trying his maximum to postpone the election. It's very unfair situation in the country.
It is definitely unfair if that's the case, because it is the right of the people to exercise their vote. It's a fundamental right. And I think one of the key demands of the Aragale was for a system change.
Yeah.
Mr. Rahman, how can we really bring a system change?
The system change means we need, everybody knows what's happening in the country. That is the system change mean, I believe, right? It should be a transferable system, right? So even for the, not because of the Aragale, so before that also, we also fighting for that cause. Most of the political parties and most of the parliamentarians, everybody want to, without corruptions, without, some political influence, right? And for everybody, for the equal rights. So that is the system change. So we also actually representing for the system change.
So my next question is, there are many parties who are planning to contest for, who have come forward to contest for the upcoming local government elections, and SJB is one among many. Why should the people vote for the SJB?
No, SJB, we came out from the UNP in 2019 during the parliamentary election time. So we had a big fight within the United National Party about the internal democracy and some issues, economic policies also. So after we came out from the UMP and we formed the SJB in 2019, I think at the moment, only the SJB as a vision, and we have a good team, even for the economic crisis. Up to now, we have, we have submitted a economic program in the parliament, Harshadi Silva, Iran and Kabir. So they have discussed with all the parties in the parliament, and they prepared the economic policies, so roadmap to come out from this crisis. So even for the international community, we have a good relationship with the international community. So we have a wide program and some sort of policies and vision. So we believe we are the only party at the moment we can bring out country from this crisis situation.
Right. And if you become the mayor of Colombo, what are the key changes you will make?
This is the city, Colombo city. There are different kind of people are living, right? One part of the city, nearly 60 to 70% people living are low income people, right? The one part of the city, we know a lot of professional and upper middle class and, business crowd, and those type of people are living one part of the city. But up to now, there are a lot of issues are facing the both sides, even the business people and the professional crowd and middle class people. Their issue is different. And when you go to the low income people who are living in those areas, still they have an infrastructure problem. Their main issues are there. Still they are facing everyday, day-to-day life. So they are still, municipality couldn't sort it out, those issues. So we have a concern, about the two main issues who are facing low income facing people problem also. Some other, the business people and the middle class and the professional crowd, they are facing the different type of issues with the municipality. So we are main concerning that low income people's issues, day-to-day life, they are facing issue. And other problem is, the Colombo municipality can do lot of thing to change the people's life attitudes and people life standard.
Indeed.
Right. So we have now made our policy statement also. Now within couple of days we are going to publish our policy, our manifesto, what we are going to do in the Colombo Municipality Council. Even in the mainly youth, the Colombo youth, there are a lot of people, youths are living without the jobs and the, unemployment youth are, there are thousands of youth are living. But, per day, nearly 400,000 people are coming to the Colombo city. They all coming to the Colombo city for the employment, right? And in the afternoon, again, they are going back to out of the city. The same time, there are nearly more than, I think, thousands of youths are living in Colombo city without jobs. So we have some sort of plan to, to talk with these corporate, what you call this, all private sectors. There are a lot of multinational companies in the city, and there are a lot of IT firms in the city. Nearly thousands of youths are working over there. So we have a plan to talk with these private sector, and when they have vacancies and all, to give a priority to the Colombo youth, right? So there are cities in the world also, always they give priority to the city people. So we are trying to introduce those type of program to the Colombo municipality city limit. And even for there is another issue in Colombo, youth are facing drug addicted. It's also day by day it's increasing. It's a very, very unfortunate situation,
Yes.
Colombo, these youths, they are getting to the drugs and they are addicted, and they have destroyed their future and all. So the municipality can work on that under community service. We can rehabilitate those youths and get them some sort of vocational training and to find a job for them. So mainly at the moment we are concentrating on youth issues and improving the, there are community centers under municipality council. They have some kind of sport complex and all. So we are trying to increase the, some indoor games and the standard of the sport complex, and, youth to come and participate and they can play, So those type of things we are trying to work it on that matter.
There are many of the view that not only the main government, but also that the municipal council is corrupt.
Yes.
Is this true?
Yeah, there are a lot of corruption charges against the municipality council. Now from long time the charges are going on, but still mayor is not answering for those questions. Even I think the government auditor, so they also issued some statement on some transactions about the municipality council. So actually, under our control, under our SJB municipality council, always we have a plan to do the transferable transactions, right? So even people can come and they can apply under Information Act and get all these transaction details and all. So we are planned to do that. So at the moment, it's very difficult to get the information from the municipality. When you apply through the even for the Right to Information Act, even they are not willing to give the information about the transaction of the municipality, because municipality is a nearly I think 12 to 15 billion budget is there, right? It's a massive transactions are going on in the municipality. So all the taxpayers has a right to know what is happening over there. So
but why aren't they transparent?
They are not transparent at the moment. I think we are trying, we will implement that one, transparency, right? All these city people and taxpayers to come and check everything, right? What we are doing to their money, right? So we will implement that policy, all right? So anybody come and check, anybody can apply under Right of Information Act to get the information.
Right. So more accountability, more transparency.
That's right.
And also it makes sense to uplift the standards of living of the people in Colombo, as opposed to giving out donations or handouts right before an election. Why isn't anything being done about this?
No, thing is this, now at the moment, the Colombo municipality, the present administration, they are distributing a lot of things among the, they say should be go to the low income people, but there is no criteria, right? So we had a plan, we are having a plan for that one. We think about like this, So there are people, they are under low income category. So we must help them to lift their life up. So we will work it out a machinery for that one, right? We don't want to involve MPs, Colombo Municipality Council members to involve and distributed the things among the needy people, right? We will make a machinery under Municipality Council, so those officials can, go and visit their places, and if they are entitled for those things, so we will do this thing through that machinery. So even I don't want to involve for those things, and it's everybody is trying to involve to, to give the free this thing to the people, and they want to transfer for their next election. So,
but that's not fair.
That's not fair, right? There are a lot of, that's why I told you, nearly 60% people who are living in the Colombo city limit are under low income people, and most of them are doing, self-employment, right? So we have introduced a program to uplift their lifestyle, not giving everything free.
Yes.
Right? So actually we are working on that matter also.
And also it's very interesting. Many people have many views about the upcoming elections, and it's being assumed that the NPP or the JVP will receive many votes this time. What are your views on this?
Actually, NPP the NPP and JVP, the NPP means JVP, they will get, I think, they will increase their vote base definitely. Because of this present crisis, the people thinking is, totally went on different way. And other thing, I think, vote tour, who have voted for vote tour, and a lot of people, they will vote for NPP because there are a lot of people, ideology-wise, the vote tour, they think vote tour and NPP are the same ideology base. So definitely they can increase their vote base. But that's not challenge for us.
But what are your views? Do you think that they have an effective plan to lead the country?
I don't think, because, the NPPs, when you listen their past views and discussions and all, their leaders' statements and speeches, so always they, spoke about against the privatization, against the private educations, they talk against the social market economy. So they are on the different policy. They are more towards to the Cuban policy and North Korean and Venezuela. So always they talk about those countries. But at the moment, again, they are now, when you talk to the NPP people, not JVP, the NPP people, they say, no, we agreed for the private education, for privatization and social market economy, so those kind of thing. But still, I think JVP has not changed. Still, they are on their old policies. So with that policies, I don't think they can bring this country out of the present crisis.
And before we move on to the final question, I'd like to know, I know I asked you, if you become the mayor of Colombo, what are the key changes you will make? But what do you hope to do differently from what has been done so far?
I am hoping to do the differently. Mainly, we want to build a municipality council. That council must be have a good relationship with the people, right? The main thing is, at the moment, no public day for the people. Every mayor in the council, when they had a public day, right? All the people, these people coming and telling their problems to the mayor, right? That is one day, all the mayors, they kept one day for a week to see the public. But unfortunately, the present mayor and the administration, they cancel that public day. So no public day today. The people can't come and talk to the mayor, right? I think it's a very, very wrong decision the present mayor took it, right? That is Colombo municipality history. All the mayors, they had a public day. So first thing is, we are going to implement and starting that public day to people to come and see mayor and talk about their problems and issues, right? The other things, what I told earlier also, we just don't want to do only that infrastructure. So beyond that, we want to do the standard, uplift the standard of the people who are living in the Colombo city, and helping them to improve their lifestyle, regarding that youth's unemployment problem and their drug addict problem. Even we have another new thing we are concentrating on that matter also, the transport problem. No, there are no transport. There are a lot of places in Colombo city, they don't have a public transport. They are spending a lot of money for this private taxi and all. So we have a plan to start a public transport, Colombo municipality, and we will get private sector support and the transport within the city limit. It should be 24 hours.
Right.
Because, everybody knows after 5:30, 6:30, even no private buses are running within the city, right? So that is also we are trying to introduce to the people of the city.
All right, moving on to the final question. Is there any message you would like to give to our audience?
Yeah, now at the moment, everybody is expecting for a change. Our country is in very bad situation because of the, this vote to the government. They have took a lot of wrong decision about the economy. So because of that only, we are facing these type of crises. This is a man-made crisis. This is not a came from natural disaster or nothing. So everybody want to now come out from this crisis. So this is the first stage, the local government election. So we can start change from here. So I am requesting all the people within the Colombo city and even from the other areas of the who are living in other municipality limits and all. So everybody must understand only the SDB can do this work. SDB have a good group, good leadership. We have a vision. We have a good international relationship with the other countries. So we ask people to vote for the SDB, our telephone symbol.
All right. Thank you very much for this conversation, Mr. Rahman. I do think it's very important that a leader not just talks, but also walks the talk. So he is hoping that if the election is held and if Mr. Rahman becomes the mayor of Colombo, that he actually changes things around so that people in Sri Lanka, people in Colombo actually, would have a better standard of living. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alanki.
Thank you for watching this conversation. I will be back with a new episode soon. So until then, stay safe, take care, and God bless.